Whenever I mention Lay Girls Theater, I'm always surprised by how many people react with either moral outrage or snickering comments.
Thanks to our efforts and not letting ourselves feel embarrassed or demeaned by the titters, we kept pursuing our mission, which was to speak out about what we think is societal injustice.
That's Kata Pierce-Morgan, the owner of Lay Girls Theater, and she's here to shatter stereotypes. For one, she's proud of the fact that she and her late husband, James Morgan, actively fought against police corruption, abuses of power, and censorship from the platform of a strip club.
That was a time of hair no Calcutta, and they were big deals up to the Supreme Court. We also had to go to court, and like Hair no Calcutta, we won. The judge actually came and saw the show, and he said, well, it may not be what I consider this or that, but it's legal.
The show was Let It All Hang Out, and Morgan wrote the play for the opening of Lay Girls Theater in 1970 in order to challenge restrictions on nudity.
He came out to the audience and said, we're going to get rated, but if you want to be part of living theater history, stay where you are. And that's how it began.
And Pierce-Morgan has continued that fight and combined it with her artistic passions. So once again, she's created a new play for the BYOV, or Bring Your Own Venue, at Fringe.
Well, what's so exciting about our venue is it's historic. It's at the legendary Lay Girls Theater. And what I like about our show, Censored Heart, or any of the programs that we do through Golden Corpse Productions, is we are not silent bystanders.
But Pierce-Morgan felt like a silent bystander when she was 23 back in 1970.
I came from UCLA, applied to dance for 1 month, and like any dancer in those days, I was hauled off to jail. No charges were pressed, but it was a very interesting experience for someone who was raised Catholic.
And that was the beginning of her relationship with Lay Girls and James Morgan. Now she's transformed Lay Girls from being just a venue for adult entertainment to being a place for adventuresome theatergoers.
I'm mixing these audiences, and what was present at that time was the high heel footprint, the stripper energy, all that past. You could hear them clunk, 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 walking across the stage. And for me, this is now the residence for Golden Corpse Theater, and yet we also have an adult show for 5 hours a day, only 5 days a week. That's 25 hours.
Now the strippers have to contend with a 6-foot torture pillar prop from Censored Heart, tucked away on stage just a few feet from the dance pole.
And on it were these rats, these amputated hands, these worms, all dangling from this torture pillar, which is relevant to our Asylum Act. And they're up there dancing and looking over and going, holy moly, is that a rat?
Okay, in the interest of full disclosure, I gave Pierce-Morgan that torture pillar. It was from my Hellraiser haunt, and she needed something to symbolize a repressive society.
I really wanted to portray what was happening to the beatniks and in their incarceration, in their repression by a society that was judging them.
Beatniks? Asylums? Torture pillars? Societal repression? Pierce-Morgan smiles and says Censored Heart is complicated.
I mean, it's such a fantastical show. If you like jazz, you'll like this show. If you like poetry, you'll love it. If you like murder and mystery, you'll love it.
That's exactly the kind of show Fringe embraces, and Pierce-Morgan returns the love.
This is from the intro to Act 4 of the show. It's a hung jury with resigned cynicism. Fringe artists still find beauty in maggots as they wiggle motifs of line and shade through society's dirt and decay. Where there is art, there is hope. That's Fringe for you.
That's also the new energy Pierce-Morgan is bringing to the legendary Lay Girls Theater this weekend for San Diego Fringe. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.